Electrocast.
It's the final chapter of the college football playoff.
It comes down to this.
Miami's unmatched grit and tenacity through the postseason has led them home. The national title now within reach.
They are confident. They are battle-tested.
Undefeated Indiana, led by Chris Signetti and Heisman winner Fernando Mendoza, have the chance to take home their first title and claim college football immortality.
The most remarkable turnaround in the history of college football.
The College Football Playoff National Championship presented by AT&T. Monday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app.
I had that dream again. My small business needs to hire, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire wrong. So then I'm doing IT, and when I go to plug the servers in, they become sentient, and they won't let us access our network unless we forward their chain emails and memes to more and more and more people, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant finds and invites best fit candidates to apply, so you can discover talent you may have missed. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/quality. Start hiring today with LinkedIn.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like it's easy for like a folk singer to like age gracefully,
or age,
and then like pull out the acoustic guitar and everyone sings "Puff the Magic Dragon." But I think it's harder if you're a punk rocker.
Yeah, because you can't stay angry for 40 years, right?
Yeah,
I mean it's hard to. I mean you can, but it's hard to stay and to be authentic because it's angry is where the young exist.
Yeah, there you go.
50 years of music with 50-year-old white guys.
All right, well, let's get to it. Our three albums or artists or songs, what piques our interest musically from Manchester, England?
I think Uncle Grump should go. There have been like 9 so what's
so I had a really, really fun experience. Tim was like, we're going to Manchester, England. And I was like, right at the top of my head, I can't think of any from Manchester, England. So I just did the Google bands from Manchester. Yeah. And I had the really fun experience of just one after the other being like, meh for all of these. And so I'll start. I actually like Everything. I actually like that band, but that's just like a small indie band from recently. And also they're a ripoff of TV on the Radio, and I already did TV on the Radio. Like the TV on the Radio is much better than them. So I actually, and then the next level below that, a band that there's like 7-8 songs that I really like is the Chemical Brothers. But like they're just too uneven for me, and also I didn't feel compelled to do the Chemical Brothers. So here's what I'm going to do. Joy Division, I don't like.
Okay.
I don't like Joy Division. And dude, this is when Joy Division first came out, I listened to them. I didn't like them. And then in college, people were like, oh, you really got to try Joy Division. Tried him again. Didn't like him. Then, super ironically, I recognize this is ironically, I really liked Interpol. And my buddy Scott Schimmel was like, you're such a dick. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, Interpol is just Joy Division. And I was like, dude, I've listened. He was like, I don't even care. Like, I never want to hear you say you like Interpol. Go back and listen to Joy Division again. I did. And I still didn't like it. I was like, I recognize the Interpol as Joy Division, except they can play their instruments and that guy's singing.
My God.
So the tunist that had a Joy Division dies, and then New Order comes, and I never liked New Order. I have nothing for New Order at all.
Oh, Bizarre Love Triangle.
Wait a minute. I'm throwing a challenge flag, young man.
That's fine.
You want to tell me that senior year when Bizarre Love Triangle came on at the dance party, you weren't dancing? I have to admit.
No, I absolutely was not. I was a strong boycott on that. Boycott on that. Dude, and Jeff will know this story. We told the story before, but there was a cover band at Haverford that played New Order and Depeche Mode songs. And it was just 3 nerds with computers, and it sounded perfect. And I was like, this describes why I don't like these bands. I'll never like these bands. If these 3 nerds with their computers can sound just like New Order, I mean, and like it was like Jeff and I were in bands, and we didn't sound like the bands because we were sloppy. Or I was sloppy. Jeff was good. I was sloppy. But the New Order guys sounded exactly like New Order. And I was like, it would be different.
How'd they do that?
No different if they were like actually playing a CD and pretending to do it on the computers, but they were actually doing it. Anyhow, so I was out of New Order. New Order is from Manchester.
Yes.
They're huge there. They break factory records there, and then they make their own club, which I think is called La Hacienda. Is that right, Giles? All right.
Yes.
So this club begins the Manchester era, where basically everyone's taking ecstasy and they're listening to a series of half rock, half dance bands, of whom the band I'm going to choose, the Stone Roses, is their premier version of it. And there is one Stone Roses song which I absolutely freaking love. I can never hear it too often. This one, when it hit the dance floor, dude, when I DJ'd senior year, this was in the regular mix. And I would go from Freedom 90 into Fool's Gold. Like I would actually mash them together where the bass line fades in up to speed with it. So fun. That being said, super similar to Joy Division, I gave Stone Roses every chance because seriously, this is like one of my 200 favorite songs is Fool's Gold. And I just despise. It's not even that I'm like meh on the rest of their work. Like I really don't like the rest of their work. And then they inspired like 8 other bands, all of whom suck. They inspired the Happy Mondays and the Charlatans UK. And there's like 3 other bands in this era. The Wikipedia page on the Manchester thing is so unbelievably hilarious because first, it's Wikipedia, so it's written by people who like this. So they're like, the Stone Roses had a hard time putting out their new record, and so did the Happy Mondays. And they're like, part of the problem was that it was based on taking ecstasy. And I was like, yes, this is a problem. Like, it took them 5 years, and they bankrupted Factory Records. They put out all of these top 10 records in England, and then they were bankrupt 2 years later because the Happy Mondays and the Stone Roses just took all of them and spent it on ecstasy and didn't put out any more records. It's unbelievable.
I can't wait to hear it. Fool's Gold. I've never heard this song before.
You have never heard this song?
Yeah, and so listen, it's not the most famous. It's not the most popular.
Okay.
It's not the number 1 Stone Roses song. It's like the number 5 Stone Roses song.
I can't wait.
It's a little bit sad. They had one album that hit, and the other songs that I don't like. But this is a 9-minute slinky, just baseline driven, it's like not a Ben Barton song. It's like super repetitive. It just keeps looping. But for whatever reason, I absolutely loved it. And one last story. This was a mainstay on the Ben Barton mixes for the ladies. Upon further reflection, I was like, it is a little bit worrisome that you're like, the heart of this song is a song called Fool's Gold. Basically like a guy who's like a nobody. Worrisome messaging by me, for sure.
That's so great.
And Timmy, or Jeff, I the song is fantastic wherever you choose it, but I think that actually the first minute and 10 seconds is just unbelievable.
All right.
Could not agree more.
But hold on, because we're tweeting out to our listeners before this song plays that we're all going to take X as we listen to it. So, listeners,
what do you mean gonna take? Like,
ready?
Let me get this song started.
Hit it.
So slinky, and then when the guitar part comes in, just fantastic. And like he goes, it's a 9-minute song. It just goes on, basically just doing that over and over and over again in these fantastic loops. It's a little bit like that Long Television song that Jeff loves so much, where it's like it's just slightly different as it goes along for 9 minutes. It's mesmerizing. And the singing in the other songs doesn't work for me at all because it's kind of like mumbly and sad and doesn't go anywhere. But this one here, where he's just kind of like mumbling along with it as the bass line goes, so good.
Love it.
That was really hard to fade out.
Adding
to
it to the running mix right now as we speak.
I actually bought that off the in-house turntable at a record store. Like I was shopping for records and they started playing that. And I just went, I was like, what the hell is that? It's like, oh, it's a 12-inch from England. I was like, well, by the Stone Roses. Like, would you have another one? He's like, no, it's the only one we have. It's like, well, I'm buying that one. I actually bought it. Like he went off of the.
Wait, Jeff, are you the source of it? Are you the person who actually broke that song for me? I had no recollection of how I bought it, and then it was hilarious. I listened to the rest of the record, and I was like, I know I've listened to this 10 times, each one of these songs 10 times, and I didn't remember any of them.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm kind of with you. I was really disappointed with the record, the Stone Roses record too, and just because it doesn't match the like up tempo. I don't know, that song hit me like a ton of bricks. Still does. I'm so glad you picked it. It's great.
All right, Jeff Simons, what do you got for us?
The world moves fast. Your workday, even faster. Pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work. Built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps you use. Helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize. So you can cut through clutter and clear a path to your best work. Learn more at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot.
About every summer, we meet for a trip. Vacation has officially begun on Netflix.
To best enjoy your trip, we suggest the following itinerary.
I say we just wing it.
Wing it.
See where the wind takes us.
From best-selling author Emily Henry.
Are you guys like a thing? Oh, no, we're just friends. Platonic travel companions.
Comes your next favorite rom-com.
Who wants to go skinny dipping? Alex does.
Vacation, Alex!
I love it when you get weird.
People We Meet on Vacation. Now playing on Netflix. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13.
I'm going back a little bit further in time
to
the first wave of British punk rock, to a band that never quite broke in America, but and for reasons that totally make sense, but are really great. Don't know, Tim, this might be one of those ones where you're like, never heard of them, but you probably know at least one of their songs.
The name is familiar.
I gotcha. Well, you know one of the songs because
it makes me uncomfortable.
Pete Yorn covered it, and he seems like he was probably right up your alley.
I love Pete Yorn. Let's go.
There you go. All right, so this is the Buzzcocks. The name I learned today, I actually did some research, is from a headline in Time Out magazine. Buzz meaning high energy and cock meaning friend. Plus, it sounds naughty. So there's that. Has that going for it. So this is the Buzzcocks are formed by university kids who were in the right place in the right time to fall crazy in love with punk rock, went to the first Sex Pistols show ever, and then invited the Sex Pistols to come play their university and were supposed to open, but the band they'd had together for a week and a half broke up and whatever. But basically, Pete Shelley and Howard Devoto formed the Buzzcocks, rehearsing in the basement of the dorm, get 4 songs together, and then do something really interesting that becomes a mainstay of the British music movement. Rather than search for a record deal, they're like, how hard can it be? They start their own record company and put out the EP themselves. They get it pressed up by an independent thing and just sell it themselves. The Spiral Scratch EP is called by many people to be the actual first punk thing you could buy that had punk rock music on it. It beats out The Damned by a couple of weeks. Who's Neat just beats out the first Sex Pistols singles, just beats out the first Clash. But they're right there at the very beginning. Devoto is a much more of a dedicated, angry punker than Shelley. And after 6 months, he's like, this music is dead. And he quits the Buzzcocks.
Wow.
He then forms the band called Magazine. After 6 months, he's like, wait, maybe I don't want to get a real job. And I like being a musician. Makes his own band Magazine, which has a couple of just 1 or 2 just fantastic songs. So Shelley takes over and the band shifts from a band that's writing has some punk sloganeering in it. Shelley goes deep into the concerns of just being a teenager and just being an awkward human being. Like they're just songs about adolescence. And he's got one of those classic rock and roll voices where it's sneering and awkward and warbling, but also completely confident and in control of itself. I would say that the Buzzcocks for me are like what Green Day would sound like if they grew up English, right? Like the Buzzcocks are energetic and they're sneering, but crucially different. Like, they're fun as hell. Like, the bands that were purists in that moment, like the Exploited or Sham 69, they've dated horribly, but I think the Buzzcocks stuff just sounds musical and exciting now. Like, they're fun to listen to. And they had that same kind of like sense of humor that Green Day has, but there's an English kind of up yours self-deprecation instead of an American version that really defines this band. Like the warbly imperfection that's still completely confident in his opinion and really doesn't give a shit if he's impressing you or not, even though all the songs are about, gee, I hope I impress somebody. Like they just thread that needle perfectly on about 6 or 7 classic songs. I like all their material from 77 to 81, which is the first round of the band. The place to start is undoubtedly Singles Going Steady, which is a collection of their best songs and A-sides from the first 3 records. But the last full record they make, called A Different Kind of Tension, is also really great. And they're a sneaky shit hot live band. There is 2 live albums from that period and a bunch of bootlegs they could really play. And it's a great show. Like, they would go on stage and play for an hour and 5 minutes, like 18 songs, no in between talking, just flatten the house. Their most famous song is Ever Fallen in Love, which is the one you might have heard, Tim. But I'm going to play my favorite Buzzcocks songs because it's more emblematic. Ever Fallen in Love has kind of got this hiccupy beat. It doesn't have the same propulsion as a lot of Buzzcocks songs. And then after this, I want to play the song that Ben will like if he's never heard it by this band.
Okay. All right.
I will make an argument that the Buzzcocks are owed millions of dollars in unpaid royalties because of an enormous hit single that was completely ripped off. Anyway, this is called You Say You Don't Love Me, which is from a record called A Different Kind of Tension, and is my favorite Buzzcocks song.
You say you don't love me. Well, that's alright with me, 'cause I'm in love with you. And I wouldn't want you doing things you don't want to do. Oh, you know I've always wanted you to be in love with me. And it took so long to realize the way things have to be. I wanted to live in a dream that couldn't be real. And it's time to understand now the way that you feel. You say you don't. You say you don't. You say you don't love me. Well, that's alright.
Great bass playing, great drumming, guitar playing that's right in the pocket and knows what it's good at and what it's not good at. But this is the sneaky Buzzcocks song for Ben, which has made me laugh ever since I first heard it. It's called Why Can't I Touch It, which is just such a like uncomfortable name for a song, but it's so perfect. And I want to play a little bit of that and then play the song that I think this song got ripped off.
Okay.
Well, it seems so real. I can see it. And it seems so real. I can feel it. And it seems so real. I can taste it. And it seems so real. I can hear it. So
What happened to him? Can I touch it?
Wait, I know this one.
What do you got?
You know,
It's Big Audio Dynamite. That's the song that rips it off. The horses are on the track.
yep. And even worse, check this out. Because this song actually made a lot of money.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water.
That's your jam. You love the song, John. You picked this song.
And I think of all the things.
I don't begrudge the Zootons ripping off a really great song, but it is the same key, same chords, same BPM, same vocal approach. I hope one of Steve Shelley's lawyers got in the game before he died. It was like, ahem, and got him a little bit of money. The Buzzcocks even had an act 2 after 8 years apart. They got back together in 1989 and toured and made records for another 20 years. And they are not legacy embarrassing efforts. Like, there's nothing that meets the same highs, but like, they made 4 more decent records and remained a really great live act for another 20 years. So they're my choice for Manchester's finest.
Love it. That's what I was wondering as you were talking, like, what happens to punk rockers when they age? Like, who has done it the best?
You mean besides Billy Idol?
First of all, saw Billy Idol Bonnaroo was great.
I've seen Billy Idol too. I have no complaints.
What's it, his guitarist is Steve Stevens? Is that
Steve Stevens? Yeah,
he had him too, and he was shredding. I was really pleased.
Wait, just this past year?
No, this is like 5 years ago.
Okay.
It was freaking hilarious. I can't remember. I think Indy was there for part of it, and then there were other females there. And he opens up with like one of his 3 good songs.
Yeah,
and then there's a whole hour more. He does 2 good songs, and there's the whole middle part. And they were like, "Why are you still here?" And I was like, "Oh, I kind of like this one. This one's all right."
John Lydon's still playing small clubs.
Does he? Okay.
The last 2 Public Image Limited records were also way better than anyone should have expected them to be. I agree with that.
Wow. Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, it's easy for like a folk singer to like age gracefully,
or age.
And then like pull out the acoustic guitar and everyone sings Puff the Magic Dragon. But I think it's harder if you're a punk rocker.
Yeah, because you can't stay angry for 40 years, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to. I mean, you can, but it's hard to stay and to be authentic, because it's angry is where the young exist.
Yeah, there you go. So Giles, to close the show, what is the best Manchester live music memory that you have?
Seeing the Clash.
Ooh, there we go.
Wow.
On the London Calling tour at the Apollo. I was probably 13 at the time. My brother, who didn't like the Clash, my brother was a heavy rocker. He was into Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd.
Okay.
And he was 16 at the time, and he had to go with me because my dad wouldn't let me go without. So I had to buy his freaking ticket.
Oh my God.
Ticket. It's £3. I had to bunk off school to go down to Manchester to get the tickets.
But he appreciated what you did for him, right? Like he liked the show.
Rocker, yeah. He totally gave away his old denim jacket with the Zappa stuff on the back, and he got the mohair sweater and the Ruckanor boots, and
Let's go.
dyed his hair orange. Yeah,
that's great.
But that would be my. Obviously they're not from Manchester, but that was a phenomenal night. Watching the Clash in the London Calling.
At 13 years old, yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, that's pretty badass right there. I like that one.
Wow.
Yeah, that'll change you. That's fantastic. And then I'm going to embarrass Giles a little bit. Giles has a memoir coming out.
Woo!
And I was hoping, Giles, you could tell our dear listeners a little bit about that and where they might find that information soon.
It's going to be coming out hopefully next year. It's called If, In, and Echo. And it's a story about growing up in Manchester, being adopted. I'm adopted, and having kids who are adopted. So it's 3 intertwined adoption stories. And a lot of it is set in Manchester. It's about going to a grammar school in Oldham near Manchester, growing up in the city, what it felt like to be a middle-class kid, but wanting those working class roots. So I could really identify with the music that was coming out of Manchester. At the same time, going to a private school and being middle class, being alienated from it. So there's this strange mix of feelings there. And like I say, it should be coming out next year, and it'll be available at all your
Sounds great.
Stores, yeah.
Wait, say the title again, Giles.
If, In, and Echo.
Okay.
AI is incredible. It can teach you how to fry an egg and even write a poem, pirate style. Yarr! But it knows nothing about your work. Slackbot is different. It doesn't just know the facts. It knows your schedule. It can turn a brainstorm into a brief. And it doesn't need to be taught. Because Slackbot isn't just another AI. It's AI that knows your work as well as you do. Visit slack.com/meet Slackbot to learn more.
Life is hard, but finding a really great podcast makes the days go by so much easier. Hi, my name is Blue Telusma. I'm a writer, an emotional intelligence coach, and the host of Humanize with Blue Telusma, a podcast where we believe that when you humanize everyone in the room, a great conversation is almost guaranteed. Join us every week here on Electricast as me and my guest co-hosts unpack big topics and interview even bigger personalities with a sense of humor and a dash of mischief. If you're looking for a new best friend in your head, we've got you covered.
Electricast. When it comes out, we'll have you back to do a reading.
All right.
Yeah, that's a great idea. That sounds great. Did you listen to Ben Barton's advice about writing a book? Ben Barton?
No.
German word?
Sitzfleisch.
Sitzfleisch.
How's it going? How's the Sitzfleisch going, Tim?
Sitzfleisch means basically in the original German, Ben Barton, it's flesh sitting.
Correct. Sit on your ass and write that book. The book's not going to write itself. If you don't sit your ass in that chair, it's not going to get written.
What's our word count, Timmy? Where are you?
I'm at 17,000 words, ladies and gentlemen. 17,000 words.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's great,
right there.
And I made a terrible, terrible decision last night to read what I've written.
Oh, don't do that. I told you not to do that.
Just march. Just keep marching on.
That's right. Scorch the earth behind you. If Sherman had looked behind him, he never would have gotten to Atlanta.
Right.
Tim. Just keep going.
Just keep going. Hey, but we can't end the podcast because I haven't gone yet. So,
right, Tim.
Hey, listen, it's Herman's Hermit's time. Do it, Timmy.
It is
Do it.
not.
You know you want to.
So I do want to. There's a kind of hush all over the world tonight. That was my older sister's favorite song. She wore that record out in the 70s. And I was listening to it tonight. There's a kind of hush all over the world tonight. The sound of lovers falling in love. You know what I mean? I'm like, whoa, maybe I don't know what you mean. Like, am I listening to people have sex? Like, that kind of threw me off. So Herman's Hermits is out. I was going to go with The Outfield. Josie's on her vacation because that's a New England Patriots song, but I can't go Patriots.
It's also a great song.
Out.
Before let's not be too bitter about that song. That song is a great
song.
Pop song.
Puppy.
I love that song.
And then people are constantly asking me, like, how do you do this podcast? Like, when you're carrying Jeff and Ben, like, you are obviously like the center of the podcast, and you have to carry the weight of these two people. And I'm like,
I know, right?
They ain't
I don't know
heavy.
how you do it.
They ain't heavy. They're my brothers. So I could have picked the Hollies right there because that's a great, great song. But no, gentlemen, no. I'm going past the Stone Roses. I'm going past the Buzzcocks. And I am going to Manchester's original favorite son, Davy Jones of the Monkees. Daydream Believer, the perfect pop song with a hot mic at the start. Let's go.
7A.
What number is this, Chip?
7A.
Okay, no, don't get excited, man. It's because I'm short, I know.
Oh, I could hide neath the wings of the bluebird as she sings. The 6 o'clock alarm would never ring, but it rings and I rise, wipe the sleep out of my eyes. My shaven razor's cold and it stings. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen?
Oh, I mean, if you're a fan of the Monkees, and who isn't, and you're a fan of the Brady Bunch, and who isn't, how can you not go with Davy Jones from Manchester, England? He was not going to pursue music and acting, but he was going to go be a jockey because the guy is short. But he gets on the Ed Sullivan Show because he's in the musical Oliver. so on the Ed Sullivan Show, he asked to perform this musical number from Oliver, but it's the Ed Sullivan Show where the Beatles are making their first appearance.
Is that
in
right?
America. And he says he's in the wings of the stage watching the Beatles and watching all the girls lose their minds. And he's like, oh, I got to stick with music. And then the very next year, he joins the Beatles, discovered by who, Jeff Simons?
I have no idea.
Peter Rafelson's father, Bob Rafelson.
Look at
I knew that there was a connection. Yes.
Yeah. It all comes back to the podcast network, Electricast.
That is amazing.
Podcast.
Well, let's hope that he's not listening now because the Monkees suck. That song sucks. They're a disaster. I despise that. I was like, where are my Herman's Hermits? I asked for Herman's Hermits. I made an order for some Herman's Hermits, and instead I received that.
We could do a little sing-along, the Daydream Believer. It's a perfect pop song. The little
Here's
piano.
how I feel about here's what I think. I mean this completely as a compliment. If you turned all of Tim's natural good feeling and support of other human beings and just his just general vibe into a musical number, it would be really close to Daydream Believer. And it's not our fault, Ben, that ours would sound much more like Rammstein. That's just like who we are as human beings. We just have to
that's
own
not
it.
even, I mean, like they suck, and that's not even their good song. I'm a Believer is a much better song than that.
Yeah, but that's Mickey Dolenz. I had to go with Davy Jones. Mickey Dolenz is
they don't write any of this. Aren't they all given to them anyways by their corporate masters?
It's all fake. It's all fake. But at least Davy Jones is from Manchester, and thank God he didn't become a jockey.
Dude, I told you the story where at the gym at the local YMCA, they had the TV set up on mute where there's no sound. There's just the TVs rolling, and most of them are set to ESPN 1, 2, 3, ESPN Classic, whatever else. But one is set to TV Land. And I'm sad to report that Sunday at 4 p.m. they play the Monkees. So I'm actually been looking at the Monkees on mute doing that TV show. And I'll tell you, I actually thought that it would be better on mute, but it's not. It's not. It's even worse. I was like, oh, I wish I could hear these idiots talk, because watching them not be able to act without hearing it is even worse.
I love how you hate bands that are Beatlesque. But what about a fake band that's Beatlesque in terms of its comedic timing on a TV show?
Good guess. You're actually right, Tim. You found the loophole. It's weird. I love the Monkees. They're great.
Nailed it. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a lovely, lovely evening. Giles, it's great having you.
Well done, friend.
Lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
I've got Oasis Rock and Roll Star on my running mix now, too. What's next is actually going to be running. Okay.
Great.
Good.
Where are we going
dead
next,
air.
buddy? Do you have any idea? Or are we just getting in the plane and seeing where it takes us?
Where are we going next? Giles, where should we go next?
Are you staying in England?
Should we stay in England?
Because if you stay in
I think
England,
we should.
you should go to Birmingham.
There we go.
There we go.
Who's from
That's
Birmingham?
where we're heading.
Oh, a bunch of good bands from Birmingham.
All right,
There we go.
Birmingham.
We did the research. Find
All
out.
I think Supertramp's from Birmingham.
Oh, that could be
Well, there we go.
in the
The
street.
beginning, middle, and end of the conversation.
The Streets is from Birmingham. He's worth checking.
Nice.
I can't wait. We're on it. Thank you, Giles. And gentlemen, I'll see you next week. Peace.
Thanks,
Bye,
guys.
everyone. Thanks again.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Today is working for me. Do you believe that for yourself? Hey, I'm Pastor Julie, and I want to empower you through encouragement. Inviting you to my podcast, Big Truth Encouragement, where I unpack living a faith-filled life. I created my podcast for the ladies, but gentlemen, you'll gain something too. So I invite you to listen to Big Truth Encouragement on Electricast and any platform where you listen to your podcast.
Electricast.
The Geo Godfather Wars is an all-new podcast giving you the real talk on understanding how geopolitics impacts you and your world. Join your host, Barack Senior, and me, Leah Tedrow, each week as we unpack the complexities, strategies, and players running the world, and how those forces affect your everyday life and decisions, whether you know it or not. Available wherever you listen to your podcasts. See you there.
Electricast. Electricast.